Millions of years ago, long before humans ruled the earth, gigantic creatures fought every single day just to survive. Hidden deep inside an ancient jungle lived a peaceful family of giant gorillas. They weren't the strongest monsters, but they had something even more powerful. They had each other. Every morning began with laughter, protection, and love. The mighty silverback would do anything to keep his family safe. But far beyond the mountains, an enormous giant had been watching them from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. Birds flew into the sky, trees snapped apart, and something terrifying stepped out of the darkness. Before anyone could react, the giant attacked without mercy. And in only a few terrifying moments, the gorilla's entire family was gone. Silence filled the jungle. The mighty gorilla searched desperately through the broken trees. But the only thing left behind was the memory of his family. He could have given up, but love is stronger than fear. At that very moment, he made a promise. He would bring them home, no matter the cost. With every step, the jungle became darker and more dangerous. Giant snakes, prehistoric predators, and deadly cliffs stood between him and his family. Every shadow looked like a trap. Every strange sound could mean death. But nothing could stop a father fighting for the ones he loved. Suddenly, a terrifying beast blocked his path. Its roar echoed through the valley, challenging anyone brave enough to move forward. The gorilla clenched his fists, took one fearless step forward, and the battle for survival had finally begun. The monster charged without hesitation. Its massive claws ripped through ancient trees, shaking the entire jungle with every step. But the silverback refused to retreat. With unbelievable strength, he dodged the first attack and struck back with a thunderous punch. The collision echoed across the valley. Birds scattered into the sky as two unstoppable giants fought with everything they had. Just when victory seemed possible, another terrifying roar echoed from the darkness. The gorilla wasn't facing one enemy anymore. Surrounded on every side, escape was impossible. Every instinct told him to run, but his heart reminded him why he had come this far. He wasn't fighting for glory. He wasn't fighting for revenge. He was fighting for his family. And nothing in this world could make him give up. Bruised and exhausted, the silverback took a deep breath. Every wound reminded him of what had been taken. But every heartbeat pushed him forward. Then, through the thick jungle fog, he noticed something unusual. Huge footprints leading toward an ancient mountain fortress. The giant hadn't taken his family by accident. It was hiding them inside a place no creature had ever escaped from. Quietly, the gorilla climbed the rocky cliffs. One wrong step, and the mission would be over before it even began. Suddenly, he heard a familiar sound. A tiny cry echoed through the canyon. His family was alive and waiting for him, his eyes filled with determination. The final rescue was about to begin, and this time, no giant on earth could stop him. The fortress stood silent, but danger was everywhere. Every shadow hid another deadly surprise. Moving carefully through the ancient ruins, the silverback avoided massive traps designed to stop anyone who dared to enter. Then, he finally saw them. His family was trapped behind enormous stone cages, frightened but still alive. Before he could set them free, the ground began to tremble once again. The giant had returned, and this time it wasn't alone. A deafening roar shook the mountains as the monster charged forward. The silverback stepped between his family and the enemy, ready to risk everything. This wasn't just another fight anymore. It was the battle that would decide who walked out alive, and who would be lost forever. The giant charged with unstoppable force. But the silverback stood his ground. This was the moment he had been fighting for. Blow after blow echoed through the mountains. Massive rocks shattered beneath their feet as the two titans unleashed every ounce of their strength. Even after being knocked to the ground, the silverback refused to surrender. He rose again, stronger than ever. Driven by love instead of fear, the giant grabbed him with crushing force, and for one terrifying second, it looked like all hope was lost. But with one final burst of courage, the silverback broke free, delivering a devastating strike that echoed across the entire valley. The giant stumbled backward, the cages shattered open, and for the first time since the nightmare began, hope returned to the jungle. As the dust slowly settled, the jungle fell completely silent. The battle was finally over. The silverback rushed toward his family. After everything they had endured, they were finally together again. In that moment, he realized something incredible. True strength doesn't come from muscles. It comes from the courage to protect the people you love. The defeated giant disappeared into the wilderness, while the jungle welcomed its true guardian back home. Peace returned to the ancient forest. The family embraced one another, knowing they had survived the impossible. Some heroes wear crowns. Others simply refuse to give up. This silverback proved that love can defeat even the greatest monsters. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, follow, and share. Because every hero's journey deserves to be remembered, and every family is worth fighting for.